What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Celtic are the champions of Scotland once again. It's finished. Dundee United 0, Celtic 5 here at Tannadice. I've got Lee and Martin with me to go over the game. Martin, we obviously only need a point coming into it, but what a performance we got, what a win.
And you only have to go back a few weeks when Brendan was really critical of the team after the poor performance in Perth against St Johnstone, and he didn't miss the team, talked about attitude and wanting to start really strongly in games, and then since then we've scored 5 in each of the 3 games. You know, yeah. I think out of those 15 goals, 8 different goal scorers.
I think it's 11 in the first half as well, isn't it?
Aye, all great starts in the games, and we know in the last 2 games he made change to personnel just almost to prove a point, and then he's kind of changed that a little bit today, brought Kuhn back in for example. But just from the off, somebody else told me another stat actually today, and I don't know if it's true, I've not checked it out, but Brennan's won the league 3 times, all away games, and all of them 5-0.
Wow.
So really incredible stat, and a lot of people talk about when Brennan needs to turn up for the big games, he ordinarily does, and I know a couple of Rangers games have been disappointed recently, but he does well in that fixture generally, and you know these big games and the cup games in particular, only 1 defeat in the cup in the 3 years is 3. It's absolutely unbelievable. So I was confident we would get the point, I was confident we'd get the victory, we'd do it in style, and we absolutely did, despite a poor start in the first 10 minutes. But what a day, what a performance, what a team.
Aye, brilliant. Lee, that's the way you want to win it. Dundee United have got something to play for still, in the top 6, trying to get a European place. And they did come out quite aggressively, they were pressing us in the first 10 minutes or so. But after we got a foot on the ball and started dominating, it was one-way traffic.
Just saying, Martin, before, I think they've worked out this situation now. We've had it obviously against Rangers and Hibs away and all this. Dundee the second half, where we just started clipping it in a bit more when Idah came on, and it changed the game totally. They were forced back, we were spinning off them, just bypassing McGregor. 10 minutes in they worked it out, but United they're a physical team, they were going long every time. I think we handled it well. Scales was good as well against Derby, but yeah, once we got the foot on the ball and started moving it quick, we were exceptional, brilliant.
I think that was actually something a bit different today. I think at times we were much quicker on the ball and actually a wee bit more direct at times when we had that space to play the ball into. We did that, and I think down the right hand side, Engels, Kuhn, Johnston all linking up. Jota gets the breakthrough. But I thought a lot of the play in the first half was really quick and direct.
I thought that as well. I thought we were really, you could tell there was an intensity to our play today, and a lot of it was one touch but direct, as you say, because sometimes we can be guilty of, and Brendan spoke about this before, the fans can be impatient if you play the ball back and just reset, but today it was about directness and getting forward, and you know the personnel on that pitch today were just, I mean, I thought the captain was exceptional, the wide players were exceptional, there was just a lot happening, and I think at least 3 of the goals you weren't quite sure who was going to score. There was options, you know, they weren't obvious. It wasn't down to individual personnel, it was down to a good build up in the goals. You might come to talk about a couple of them, Paul, but I thought that directness and that appetite and the speed of play was the thing that impressed me the most.
Yeah, Jota gets a breakthrough for the corner, Lee Scales gets up, gets something on it to the back post, and Jota stabs it in. The second goal is really good. I think it's Engels gets the space. That's the thing I've been talking about with Engels. I think he can take the game by the scruff of the neck more, given his attributes, his ability. Turns on it, chips it out to Idah on the left hand side, a great ball in, and what a finish by Kuhn on his weak foot.
I know, to take it like he did. I like that point on Engels in the second half. There was a couple of times his confidence was up, he started to drop his shoulder and go past people. Love to see a bit more of that from him, but yeah, some of the movement as well when you see the goal back. I think the first one was given as an own goal, because I had Jota to score first and it paid out, and then it came up saying it's an own goal, so Ryan Strain, it seemed it clipped off him, but every goal was beautiful. My favourite one would have to be the second half, just the ball from Johnston, one of those worldly crosses just clipped in, but we were on it today, and just the movement, they were enjoying themselves well, and we said this the other week, you know, we want to go and do it in style, and we certainly have today.
We have done it in style today, Martin. Jota ends up coming off, looks like a really bad one, he's in crutches at the end. Idah came on to replace him, got 2 goals of his own. I think he's at 18 in all competitions for him, and we've talked at times this season about he's maybe been poor and he's been in and out of the team, but it's not bad return, is it? No,
it's not, and one thing we brought this year has been goals. We've not lost a lot of goals in the league either, but we've scored a barrel load of goals. I think we're at 100 in the league today, and I think Kuhn hit 20, so but great to see Idah getting a few goals. We're all desperate for him to do well. When he was here on his loan spell, he did really well, but he's been inconsistent on his return. But I think that'll do his confidence a lot good today. So good day for Kuhn. That's his first goal since his goals away, or his goal away in Germany. It's been a long time, so great to see him perform well. And Idah, absolutely delighted for him. And the fans love him. You hear him singing his name at the end. All desperate
great
for him to do well.
Going into next week as well, because he's going to be the main man, I think.
Absolutely. So not so much reliance on Idah. I mean, he's clearly the main man, isn't he? But round about him, there's lots happening.
We've obviously wrapped up the title, but we do have big games to come. We go to Ibrox next week, and again talking about the form, having turned the corner after St Johnstone, 15 goals in 3 games, everybody firing on all cylinders. That's the kind of shape you want to be going into that game in next week.
It's a huge game. I don't want to overplay it. We've won the league with the champions. We're going into a cup final, but in terms of next season and the talk of what's going on over there, we need to go there and just not redeem ourselves, but just go and play the football we know we can play, and don't let ourselves get caught up in what they were doing the last time. And I think if we start to play a bit like that and vary it as well, a bit like you're saying, a bit longer, maybe bring in Idah in a bit more and spin off. I think we could be in for a 2 or 3 next week if we play at that level, but we need to make sure we start well. That's my worry, is that we get sucked in like we did at Parkhead a little bit. But yeah, it's a big game. We need to get that win. I don't think Rodgers will be wanting to go at the end of the season with that, 'cause it doesn't take the shine off it now because we've won the league. But we want to go there and stamp the authority on it and win good.
Aye, Martin, I guess the thing looking ahead to that game next week is the players probably feel they haven't done themselves justice in a couple of those derbies this season, and they'll be wanting to put that right as well.
Oh, absolutely, because these games get a lot of attention, don't they? And some Rangers fans still believe that the reason they never won the league is because they fell short in games out with the derby game. But we all know there's a lot more to it than that, and Celtic are currently miles ahead. There's no denying that in all elements, the way the club's run, the personnel on the pitch. Just the business model that we've got, we're miles ahead. But I think next week it would be nice to win. Of course you don't want to go there and not win, of course you don't, but the bigger scheme of things, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it'd be really, really nice just to finish the season off on a high. And there's a lot of big games coming up. Aberdeen away, Rangers away, a couple of tasty home games, then of course a cup final.
Final places now, is it? Everyone's fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting
And I know we'll talk about in the coming weeks, but Brendan potential to win 3 trebles, which is the first manager to do it in our history. So lots to play for, and exciting few weeks ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. We had so many chances in the second half. We got 2 goals. We could have had 6, 7, even 8. James Forrest comes on. I think everybody's willing him to shoot just every time he gets the ball. I think he'll be snatching at Evan if he goes to the last game of the season.
I think it'll come from. I've got a feeling it'll come from. But I think in the last 10-15 minutes it just started to slow down a bit, and I think it was like, let's enjoy it. And they were knocking about, the fans were enjoying it. I have to say, I don't talk about the football a lot, but I have to say the fans again today. I mean, everyone always here go to most games. Like Tommy Burns said, they're there and they're always there, and God bless everyone. They were absolutely outstanding the day. The songs and the party atmosphere must lift the players so much going into next week. But yeah, they just enjoy it. It was good to see them enjoying themselves, playing some one-touch football. And yeah, we could have probably added a couple more goals to put a shine on it. But it was great to see everyone smiling and happy, and all the kids enjoying themselves as well. So magic stuff.
Aye, Martin, 13 titles in 14 years, 4 in a row. A lot of talk coming in the last couple of weeks about, is it boring? You could never get tired of that, could you?
No, well, I grew up when Rangers won 9 in a row, and it was tough times. So certainly from my perspective, having experienced that, for it to be the opposite is you can never get enough of that, in my opinion. And I know when Rangers dropped down the leagues and the football maybe wasn't quite so good and there wasn't the same challenge, it wasn't as busy outside stadiums as it is just now. It's probably a polite way to put it, but you can't get enough of this, and particularly when Rangers are in the league and you've got them there and you're managing to year after year after year win trophies, and just now it's trebles, which incredible. When we look back, will it last forever? Probably not, because these things tend to go in cycles, don't they? But it can't last long enough as far as I'm concerned. If this was starting for the rest of my life, I would never get bored of it, I can assure you.
Aye, absolutely. Brilliant scenes at the end, Lee. I suppose to round us off, maybe a highlight of the season, if you can think of one off the top of your head, and then a man of the match on the day. I've put you in the spot, haven't I?
Put you on the spot there. Oh wow, I don't know, there's been so many amazing moments, some amazing goals. Daisen Maeda as a whole has been my highlight of the season. Just the way when Kyogo left, he stepped up and he got the goals. The Bayern Munich performance away from home, I know we didn't go through. The first Rangers game, there's been big away games. I mean, you've really put me on the spot. I need to come back to you. I'll put it in the comments later on. I'll tell you what it is.
Martin, same to you, and then
He's had a chance to think.
Today.
No, I mean, I know you said moment, and neither of us are giving you a moment, I don't think, because I did think Idah. I thought, almost no disrespect to Kyogo, I was one of his biggest fans. I know you were a huge fan, Paul, but there's been a lot of chat analysing that situation to say actually we've potentially been a little bit better off without him, and that, as I say, it's no disrespect to him, what a talented player he was, but the transition with Maeda playing number 9 and just what he brings to that team, even today, right, he's tidying up the oranges. It's unbelievable. He's just
even at 5-0, he's back in our left back area, winning the ball back, fighting for it. It's 5-0, there's about 5 minutes to go.
I've said it before about him. If you're playing with somebody like that in the team, you almost feel obliged to make just a little bit more effort, because that person is just setting a standard. So I think same as Lee, I genuinely was thinking it before you said it. I thought, it's not a moment, but what I've enjoyed most this season, and he'll get all the awards at the end of the year, and rightly so. But I hope he stays for a long time because he's a good fit for us. We're a good fit for him, and he's a special player. So it would be my Idah for me as well, the highlight of the season. Yep.
Yeah, man of the match, was it Kuhn that got it today?
Kuhn got it. I'm probably back to my Idah again, or maybe the captain. Yeah. But Kuhn was good as well. Any one of those three, I think, they were all outstanding. But a good team performance, no doubt.
Yeah, I'd probably just give it to Kuhn. I noticed the wee celebration if he was maybe getting his own back.
Well, it was good to see him back in the team today, and he's hopefully, I don't know his options for next week now, because Forrest has done well when he's come in, so we'll see. But I thought Idah was good when he came on. There was, brought the game up for us a little bit, fire up the park. But yeah, I think seeing Kuhn come back in and get them goals and perform like that, and his movement as well. Yeah, I'll go with Kuhn then.
Yeah, I'll just go Kuhn for man of the match. There you go. That's it for full time reaction. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you in the pub for the post match pint. Thank you.